you have no control of the outside world. You can't control your partner, you can't control your boss, you can't control many different factors. The only thing that you have complete 100% control of, if you want to, is your mind. And a lot of it starts with emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to pause and respond and listen. Listen with empathy, understanding, and patience. These things are pillars in a relationship. The same pillars that you hear and hear over and over again are there because they are universal. Emotional intelligence will turn your relationship around. It really will. Because you're no longer searching to defend yourself. You're no longer willing to just get your defenses out and put your dukes up. Oh, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to go. Here we go. Here we go again. No, let's lower the guard down and let's really listen. Listen with an open mind. What is being said? What is going on? But emotional intelligence is not easy because we're so ego-driven in a lot of how we approach things and how we expect our relationship to be, how we expect our partners to be. But you have to put all that aside and think of we, not me. These factors are going to contribute so much, and the way that you can really build on these and have that strong foundation is emotional intelligence. That responsibility is on the man. And it's a lot, guys, it is a lot. It's a lot to be able to maintain your own emotions and then take on your woman's emotions. But that's what being masculine is all about. It's about being comfortable in the uncomfortable. Then you will be able to know how to navigate relationship conflict a lot easier. Because the truth is, relationship conflict is here to stay forever, right? But how you repair is going to be everything. How quickly can you get back to baseline so that you can try to make amends and try to make this better, whether it's your fault or not, right? A lot of people spend too much time just caught up in their emotions about how they feel or how unjust something was or anything like that. And you have to realize that those emotions, they can be justified, absolutely, but it takes a lot of energy. And that energy would rather be used towards watering the plant that is your relationship, the living organism of your relationship. Slowly begin to learn how to attune to your woman's emotions. To pause, take a breath and understand, how do I make this situation better? Maybe this situation is my fault or it's not my fault. But how do I handle it in a way that she knows and feels validated? Because men and women, man, we are so different. And that's the beauty of men and women, the differences between us. Women need validation and to be heard. So you have to approach things really differently. And it's so common, but sometimes we forget about these things because common practice isn't always done. Because we're so caught up in our own lives. How do I work on my emotional intelligence? Begin with emotional intelligence is to become self-aware of your emotions. Do you let your emotions control you, or do you control your emotions? If something happens unexpectedly and it's bad, do you fly off the rails, or are you able to kind of maintain a sense of stoicism, composure, and be like, okay, how can I learn from this? Or this situation isn't bad as it is, positive thinking is not about when something bad happens. It's like positive thinking. God.
Serenity now thing doesn't work. Just bottles up the anger and then eventually you blow.
What do you know? You were in the nut house.
Serenity now, insanity later.
God, what's so positive? No, it's about building the blocks underneath that beforehand, building the foundation. And the foundation is, I'm going to learn how to become more of an optimistic person because I want to be able to enjoy life. And you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. But for me personally, I have learned to love life by being grateful and being optimistic, cheerful. I want that cheerfulness to hopefully radiate to others so that they can see and they can feel a vibe.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
Life is supposed to be enjoyed, and life can be a battle, and life is about survival, but it's all about what your perspective is.
It's a wonderful thing. No matter how filthy something gets, you can always clean it right up.
We have the smartest computer in the world right between our ears, but no one gave us a manual. You learn to control this. And it's not easy, but nothing in life worth having comes easy, right? None of it is easy. God, if everything was so easy, then everybody would do it. Emotional intelligence goes well beyond your relationships. It goes into your everyday life, dealing with your kids, dealing with the frustrations of unexpected events, surprises, and challenges. Emotional intelligence enables you to be grounded so that you can handle these things. Because life is unfair and life will come at you, and it comes at you hard. Pick yourself up. You have to understand that you can get through this and you can get through anything, because life will be a test. The way that you talk to yourself is going to determine everything. The one thing that I notice with a lot of people is their self-talk is so destructive. Their self-talk is, you're up here. You talk to yourself 24/7. God, you want this to be your best friend. You want it to be your ally. Uplifting, encouraging. Yes, it needs to put you in your place at times when you might get distracted or procrastinate or be derailed in some way. Yes, there is that accountability. But overall, people are just so hard on themselves. Why? Why are you so hard on yourself? You can have a standard, but you can still be kind to yourself. People rarely respond to negative reinforcement. You need to be more positive towards yourself, more positive in your self-talk. Listen to yourself. How do you talk to yourself? Do you see yourself as your best friend, or do you see yourself as some loser? The way that you see yourself is going to determine how you are going to be in your life and in your relationships. Talk to yourself in the mirror, not in public, out in the open, because people might think you're a little, but you do it. Talk in the mirror. Talk to yourself. Write it down. Whatever you need to do to begin to slowly reprogram your mind so that you can condition yourself to be more kind to yourself, because that's the problem. And that's something that I've seen over and over again, is a lot of people are just so unkind to themselves. I need to be this and I need to be that. And if I'm not here, then I am a loser. It's dichotomous thinking, black and white. There's a gray area. And the gray area is where the growth happens. And a lot of this is uncomfortable. A lot of this is very difficult. But growth starts outside your comfort zone. And being too comfortable, like I said, in a relationship and in life, it's the dead zone. Because in life, we're either growing or we're dying or we're stagnant. To keep things really simple. So learn to be kind to yourself. Listen to the words that you use to yourself when you make a mistake or when you do something good. Do you pat yourself on the back? Hey man, great job. I know it's something small, but man, well done. Well done, man. We're going to do better next time. Or you make a mistake. Oh, you're such an idiot. Why do you do this? You're such a loser. Why can't you control yourself? Why? Why do you do this all the time? Look at yourself. Unbelievable. This is why you struggle in your life. Do you understand that? Man, that would be exhausting. That would be really tough. So you need to learn to be kind to yourself. Really, just be kind to yourself, because so many people are just not kind to themselves. And if you're kind to yourself, it's going to help you kind of lean towards more gratitude and appreciation. And I truly believe that gratitude, appreciation, gratefulness, these are such a foundation towards having a more content and beautiful life. Because we focus on what we have versus what we don't. And when we focus on what we have, when we focus on all the good things in our life, more good things will go. And as Tony Robbins says, where energy goes, focus flows. So where do you put your focus? Do you focus on what's going great in your life, or do you focus on what's wrong? And the choice at the end of the day is up to you. Be kind to yourself.